Hello, welcome to Summertime is Reading Time in the Diamond. My name is Carol and I am a nurse. I take care of grown-ups in Portland in a hospital. I'm excited to be reading to you during the Summer Campaign's Week of Health when we learn about people who take care of us when we need help. The book I'm reading is called Nola the Nurse. It is written by Dr. Charmaine Lawson and illustrated by Marvin Alonso. This book is dedicated to Skylar Rose and Wyatt Shane. The dedication says, "Thank you for allowing me to dream. I'm a better person because of your unconditional love. Mommy." So, Dr. Charmaine Lawson is Skylar Rose and Wyatt Shane's mom. Okay. "Keep still, Gumbo," Nola said to her puppy. Nola wanted to be a nurse practitioner like her mom. She knew how to check temperatures and bandage cuts and bruises because she saw how her mother cared for her patients. There she is with who I assume is Gumbo. He jumped up and ran off with the bandage dragging on the ground behind him. "Come back, Gumbo!" little Nola yelled as she chased after him. She bumped into her mother in the dining room. "Trying to play nurse practitioner?" her mother asked. She was wearing her nurse practitioner's outfit. She was going to work. There they are. "Yes, Mommy, and Gumbo won't sit still so I can put a bandage on his leg," Nola sighed. "Tell you what, Nola, let's have some lunch. Then you can come with me to visit some patients. We can come back later and chase Gumbo." There they are. Nola liked going to work with her mother. Sometimes they went to the hospital. Sometimes there she could watch as the nurse practitioners and physicians went around looking after sick people. They were trying to make them better. When she grew up, she wanted to be a nurse practitioner just like her mommy. There they are at the hospital. Today they were going to visit sick people in their homes. The first house they went to was where Miss Alita lived. "Hello, Miss Alita. How are you today?" her mother asked. "Still having some pain in my legs," the old lady said. "I see you brought your little one with you." She smiled at Nola. "Yes, say hello to Miss Alita, dear." There they are, and you see Miss Alita has a cat. "Hello, my name is Nola, and when I grow up, I want to be a nurse practitioner just like my mom." "Oh, that's very good," said Miss Alita. There's Nola talking to her while her mom looks at her knee. Nola watched as her mother took Miss Alita's temperature, listened to her heartbeat, and gave her a prescription. "You'll be fine, Miss Alita. Don't you worry," Nola's mother said. Nola and her mother visited 3 more sick people before they went back home. "Can I go outside and play, Mommy?" Nola asked. "Yes, dear, but stay on the sidewalk." "I will." Nola went into her room. She put on her nurse practitioner's uniform that her mother had bought her. She then picked up her little nurse practitioner kit. She was ready to play nurse practitioner. She has the hat and everything. She went into the garage, got onto her bike, and rode out onto the sidewalk. Ring, ring, ring! She rang the bell as she rode around the neighborhood while being careful to remain on the sidewalk, just as Mommy had asked. "Here comes Nola," said Ellen, her friend from across the street. Nola smiled. She liked being called a nurse practitioner. All of her friends knew that she liked playing a nurse practitioner, and they always let her look after their dolls. There's her friend Ellen. "Are there any sick dolls to look after today?" Nola asked. "Oh, yes," said Ellen. "Mine has a tummy ache. Won't you come and see her?" Nola went into the house. Mia, Ellen's doll, was lying on the bed. She does look sick. Just like she saw her mother do, Nola looked after the doll. She took care of her by taking her temperature, listening to her heartbeat, and giving her a prescription. "She'll be fine," said Nola. Just then, Shani came running into the house, in from outside. "Nurse Nola, my doll just fell down and bruised her knee. Will you come and look after her?" "Of course." Nola liked to help during emergencies. At the hospital, everyone rushed around doing many, many things to help the sick people. Now she could pretend to be doing just that. She, Ellen, and Shani rushed outside to the next house. There they go. Miss Shage, Shanny's mother, met them at the door. Hello, Ellen and Nola. Don't tell me. You've come to look after one of Shanny's sick dolls, right? There she is. How did you know, Miss Shage? Nola asked. Well, I see you have your nurse practitioner's kit in your hand, and you have on your nurse practitioner's outfit. Nola smiled. Everyone knew that she was a nurse practitioner. Hurry, Nola. Dolly, my doll is crying. Nola hurried into the room. Ellen and Shanny watched as she wiped the doll's knees with a tissue before putting on a Band-Aid. There she is, taking care of the doll. Nola always washed her hands with lots of soap and bubbles after treating her dolls. She loved washing those germs away. Always wash your hands every day. Please wash your hands many times a day. When Nola was done, just like her mother, she said to Shanny, Dolly will be fine. Don't you worry. Thank you, Nola. You saved my doll's life, said Shanny. The three of them laughed. Nola always had fun playing nurse practitioner with her friends. As Nola got ready to leave, Miss Shage came out into the room. We are just about to have something to eat. Why don't you all have some? I'm sure your mothers won't mind. There she is. That was true. Their families were all friends, and the children went from one house to the other all the time. It looks like they had neighborhood picnics, too. Ellen, Shanny, and Nola went into the dining room, where Miss Shage gave them some stew and spaghetti. The stew tasted sweet and tangy. What is this, Miss Shage? Nola asked. She had never tasted anything like it before. There they are, stew and spaghetti. You mean the stew? It's something we call matoke. We eat it a lot in Kenya, where I come from. We make it from plantains, meat, tomatoes, and other ingredients. It is delicious, said Ellen. I'm glad you like it. It's one of my favorite meals, said Shanny. Nola went home with a full tummy, and she was feeling very happy. She had a good time playing nurse practitioner, and she had eaten delicious Kenyan food. There she is, riding her bicycle, all full. And then that's the end of the story. But after the story, there's a good recipe, I guess, for making matoke, which involves plantains and lemon and onion and bell pepper and meat and other fruits and vegetables. I've never had it. And then there is, after that, a little bit of more explanation for what a nurse practitioner is, which was what her mom is, and some more books. I guess there's more books about Nola and more books by Dr. Charmaine Lawson. Thank you for listening to my story, and don't forget to record all of your read-along books you listen to in your summer reading log so you go in the prizes.